Hello, everyone. Glad to have you today for another episode of NBP Hotseat. This is Ibrahim Ababou from Nuclear Business Platform. In our last episode, we spoke with Dr. Yao Idris, Director General from the Nigerian Nuclear Regulatory Authority. Today, we have another special guest from Nigeria, Professor Yusuf Ahmed, who is the Chairman and CEO of Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission, or NAEC. NAEC is the national agency responsible for the promotion of the development of atomic energy and for all matters related to the peaceful use of atomic energy in Nigeria. Professor Ahmed has an outstanding career in the nuclear field as he started at the Ahmadu Bello University working on the Nigeria Research Reactor-1 at the Center for Energy Research and Training. Later on, he became the director and head of laboratories of the center between 2015 and 2019. Professor Ahmed was also the director special duties of the commission and the secretary of AFRA-IAEA Program Management Committee. In September this year, Professor Ahmed was appointed as the chairman and CEO of NAEC. Welcome, Professor Ahmed. It's a great pleasure to have you with us today on NBP Hotseat.
Thank you very much. I'm so delighted to be with you. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. It's a great pleasure. So first of all, congratulations on your official appointment by President Buhari as Chairman and CEO of NAEC. I'm convinced that under your guidance, NAEC would achieve great things. Also, for our viewers who are not familiar with NAEC, can you share NAEC's mission, current activities, and main mandate?
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. I think it's an opportunity to be on your platform and particularly on your hot seat. Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission is a commission created by the government of Nigeria by an act of the parliament in 1976. And unfortunately, it wasn't activated until 2006 when the commission was activated. Activities of the commission hitherto has been handled by the Energy Commission of Nigeria, another government agency who handles policy matters on energy. But however, since its activation in 2006, Nigerian government gave it a mandate to ensure the promotion and development of nuclear science and technology in all its ramifications. And with that mandate, and then NAEC has now put it to itself that all areas of peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology can be promoted in the country with, in conjunction with all our international partners, particularly the International Atomic Energy Agency, since Nigeria is a partner and member of the International Atomic Energy, and it has also signed the Non-Nuclear Proliferation Treaty for many years now, and it has adopted so many of the conventions and agreements and treaties. So I think Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission happens to be a key leading organization in the country that is liaising with international atomic energy, and it's liaising with international partners to promote nuclear science and technology. So we are the country national liaison office. We are also the country AFRA regional cooperation agreement for the promotion of nuclear science and technology in Africa. So we are the national coordinator of that in Nigeria. So I think the commission has a lot of mandate vis-a-vis the act establishing the commission, which gave it to promote education in the field of nuclear science and technology, to liaise with institutions to ensure that educational promotion of that area, to also explore, mine and process radioactive minerals, to ensure that also that the country benefit from areas of promotion of peaceful application of nuclear science in the field of agriculture, health, water resources, and so many areas. So I think our activities presently has been so much to promote peaceful application of nuclear science and technology in all these areas of specialization, and particularly working with stakeholder institutions, stakeholder participation in the country. So Nigeria has been applying nuclear science and technology in many fields, and so all these stakeholders are being coordinated by the commission. Apart from that, we thought the burden of cancer in Nigeria is so huge, and also is giving us a lot of problems. So I think Nigerian government has keyed into the fight of cancer to to the radiotherapy and radiopharmaceuticals and using radiodiagnosis. And I think we have embarked on a project to ensure that we have radiopharmaceutical activities in the country, particularly by having a multipurpose research reactor which can produce radioisotopes that can promote these radiopharmaceutical applications. And in addition to that, also, energy is a huge challenge in the African continent, and particularly Nigeria with its population and with its landmass. So there's a lot of energy gap, and then the government has also identified that as a key challenge, and therefore gave us responsibility to ensure that we key into the peaceful application of nuclear science and technology by getting energy from nuclear as well. So we are currently exploring the deployment of nuclear power plants for the promotion of energy and for increasing our own energy generation in the country. Thank you very much.
Interesting. And building on that first question and what you just said, what are some of the highlights of NAEC this year? What are the main highlights of NAEC during 2021?
Yes, as you might be aware, NAEC, since the launching of nuclear energy program of the country, National Nuclear Energy Program, one of the areas that we have identified is particularly getting the nuclear power plants to come. But, definitely for you to get a nuclear power plant in a country, there are IAEA milestones that you have to attend, and particularly on the infrastructural development. So Nigeria has started the infrastructural development. I'm happy to tell you we have finished milestone 1. We have almost about concluding milestone 2 in the development of the nuclear power plants. And in one of the areas that we think we have to work hard in is the integrated work plan that we have planned with IAEA. Every year we have our priorities in the integrated work plan, and the 2021 integrated work plans are areas that we have ensured that we have implemented to the fullest, because we are thinking that by 2022 January, we are going to review the implementation of the 2021 integrated work plan and make a plan for 2022 as well. But apart from that, in our process of getting the infrastructural development and our milestone achievement, we have invited International Atomic Energy Agency to come and look at our activities, our 19 milestones, and among them to advise us and recommend what we need to be done. So the integrated nuclear infrastructure mission has come to Nigeria, and they have looked at our activities, and they have made a lot of recommendations. They have shown where we have done well, and they have shown where we need improvement. So that's in our mission, and also we have followed the recommendation. We have prioritized in 2021 to ensure that all the recommendations were implemented. Our hope is that by 2022, Inner Mission 2 is going to come to Nigeria to review the performance of recommendations of Inner Mission 1, so that at least now we can see whether we can jump into the final milestone, which is milestone 3, which has to do with construction. Thank you very much.
Interesting, and it's great to hear that there are so much development, and that the Inner Mission took place in which year? Was it this year or the previous year?
No, the Inner Mission took place in 2015, if I can remember very well. And then after 2015, 2017, there is what we call expert mission that came on related to safety of the nuclear power plants. And also together, those two, by 2018, 2019, all those two recommendations, we have bulked them together to make sure that these are recommendations that we have to finish before calling for a second Inner Mission. As you are aware, if there are expert missions related to nuclear safety, nuclear security that invited by Nigeria for the IAEA to come and support and see the infrastructure we have in place. You are also aware that the 19 milestone infrastructures requirement, education, human capital development, other infrastructure, those ones we have made a lot of substantive progress, but we want a situation whereby before the second Inner Mission, there must be a concerted effort in achieving the recommendations of the third Inner Mission, also in achieving the recommendation of the experts that have come to Nigeria. It will interest you to know that expert missions are also going to come next year again from IAEA to ensure that we review safety and security infrastructure in the country as well, to see that if nuclear power plants construction in the milestone 3 can start. I'm happy to inform you that we have a very good support from the government in ensuring that, and we have been talking to so many vendors, which we can later discuss about that, in ensuring that at least Nigeria's readiness is appreciated by international community, because our own policy in Nigeria is to develop a nuclear program that will be acceptable to all our international partners, irrespective of who are the partners. Thank you very much.
Interesting. It's great to hear that in Nigeria, as Nigeria is the biggest economy in the continent, it's also showing the way in the nuclear power adoption, and that's great to see. And you talked about human capacity building. So that's give me like a follow-up question. Can you share with us more about the training and human capacity building proposed by NAEC? And are they open to other African countries? If yes, how can African countries engage with NAEC in that regard?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think as one of the big brother in Africa, I think definitely NAEC programs are open to all African countries. I must confess to you that the energy program of Nigeria started way back in the early 70s and late 70s, to be candid and precise. But since that time, many African countries have visited Nigerian universities and Nigerian centers. It may interest you to know that Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission has about 6 research institutions under it, and in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. And the third one is a marine contamination and pollution monitoring station, which is the 7th one to make it 7 centers, so to say, that are under NAEC. And in those centers, some of them have started way back in 1976, and you can see that they have already built capacity infrastructure. I can give example with the fact that our Nigeria Research Reactor is residing in one of our institutions, one of the centers that we have, and that center have been working since 70s and has developed capacity in very many fields of nuclear science and technology. They have a lot of experts who are working not only in Nigeria, not only in other African countries, but all over the world. And also the tandem accelerator, also the gamma irradiation facility, all other facilities that we have are resident in our center. So it's a conglomerate of laboratories that we have in the centers. That's why you see that the director of the center is head of laboratories, meaning that there are associated laboratories attached in the center. So that gave us ample opportunity to be able to associate with some of our African countries in training them. Also, it helps us to train our people locally. But now, when it comes to what is our human capital development area, our human capital development is of 2 facets. One, we are looking at it locally in the country. The other one, we are looking at using our foreign partners. In our foreign partners, there are a lot of countries that are now helping Nigeria to develop human capital in the area of nuclear science and technology. I will precisely mention some of the countries that we are very grateful to, particularly the Russian Federation, the Chinese People's Republic of China, the South Korea also. They have been helping us so much in developing. Of recent, Malaysia has joined, Pakistan is joining, and so many countries have been joining. But also the United States of America, through the Argonne National Lab and through Idaho National Lab and Savannah River National Lab, those laboratories has helped a lot in developing capacity for our people in the area of peaceful application of nuclear science and technology. So you can see that we have a lot of international partners helping us. Our target is that those people that are outside there doing their master's and PhD programs in nuclear science and technology and nuclear science and engineering, when they come back to the country, they are joining our university systems in trying to teach our Nigerians, our other candidates in Nigeria, so that we can get the required critical mass that we require for the development of nuclear science and technology in the country.
It's great to see that there are so much international cooperation, because international cooperation is key for the success of a nuclear power program. And as you mentioned, those centers, can you please shed more lights on the roles of these centers to the overall national nuclear program of Nigeria?
Yes, thank you very much. I think what we want to develop a program that is holistic in the country, a program that will be domesticated in the country. And as you are aware, nuclear energy program is a program that not only give you electricity, but it also comes with a package on applications, a package on technological growth, a package on economic activities. So we are looking at our nuclear energy program in 3 dimensions. The first dimension is the economic aspect of it. The second dimension is the social aspect of it. And then the third is the political aspect of it. So if any program that we venture into and that cannot help us socially to make sure that many Nigerians who are lifted from poverty, from joblessness and all these things, using the nuclear technology, using the application of nuclear science and technology. Also, we look at the fact that there are so many challenges and problems in the country from the field of agriculture, post-harvest, from the field of other areas. Then we need to use nuclear techniques to address it. And so we said to ourselves that the social aspect has to do with addressing Nigeria's problems using nuclear science and technology. So the energy program in Nigeria is the nuclear energy program in Nigeria. Yes, it will address electricity generation and other aspects, but also it is addressing other social vices in the country that has to do with stakeholders and has to do with integration of peaceful applications to make sure that at least the technology is utilized in various areas.
Yes, indeed, social benefit is the must and should be a very important key into any vision
Yes.
for nuclear, because nuclear is not just energy, as you said, but other applications that can help a lot in Nigerian society, the society and the people of Nigeria. Also, as you mentioned, IAEA previously, is Nigeria implementing any IAEA projects in the country right now?
Yes, thank you very much, Ibrahim. I think Nigeria's nuclear energy program cannot survive without IAEA, so to say, because our greatest partner is the International Atomic Energy Agency. And we have been working with International Energy Agency since many years, more than 30 years now. We have been working with IAEA in different areas. And I think peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology has got its ground in Nigeria, courtesy of IAEA's activities in Nigeria. IAEA relates with Nigeria through its own country program framework. We usually have a cycle of country program framework where we identify some of our priorities in the country. And also we are a member of IAEA in its own TC program, technical cooperation programs. And in the IAEA technical cooperation programs, we have identified some of the key programs of IAEA technical projects that we are keen in. And then the other one is the regional projects, African Regional Cooperative Agreement in the peaceful application of nuclear science and technology, which we call AFRA. We are a strong member of AFRA, and we have key into some of the AFRA regional projects, which IAEA is anchoring again. So I want to confess to you that our projects relationship with IAEA is in the 3 areas of projects. One is the national projects, which we have identified as our priority and which IAEA is supporting us in implementing. 2 is the regional project, which under AFRA we have identified as our national priority, and we are interested in joining other African countries to implement the project as a family in Africa. That also IAEA is supporting in implementing that. And then the third one is international projects, which the Technical Cooperation Department of IAEA is anchoring, which we have now joined with our international partners to implement for the benefit of the whole global population. So I think our projects with IAEA, there are so many of them. And in our own part, we have been faithful to IAEA's contribution. We have been contributing our own counterpart funding to the International Atomic Energy Agency's activities, and we are contributing our own counterpart funding to the projects to make sure that the benefit of those projects reach the various corners of Nigeria.
That's awesome to see such cooperation with the IAEA. And staying at the cooperation level, I'm aware that you are in discussion with a vendor country for the building of a multi-purpose research reactor complex and a nuclear power plant. Can you provide more details on the progress made on that?
Yes, well, okay, I can give you detail if it cannot conflict with our confidentiality statement with our vendor countries.
Yes.
You know, sometimes when we are discussing with a vendor country, there are needs for both of you to respect your confidentiality statements, both of you to respect their commercial entities. But however, on a nutshell, yes, we are discussing with a vendor country, and we are still open to other vendor countries too, because you see competitive bidding of our nuclear power plant, our multipurpose research reactor has not yet been done. Two, decision has not been finalized on exact type of power reactor, or whether it is a small, medium research reactor, whether it is a large power reactor to be implemented in Nigeria. That aspect, final decision has not been taken by government. But as I've said, building a power plant is not a one-day job. So you have to develop infrastructure, you have to develop human capital. Now, when we are discussing with a vendor country, we have discussed on first, how can we improve the infrastructure, particularly the human capital. And I'm happy to inform you that one of the key vendors in the world in the business of nuclear power plant has been helping Nigeria to develop that infrastructure, particularly human capital. In fact, they are training our PhD and master students, and they have also been training some of our experts, and we have been in cooperation seriously on that. And in that also, we have gone ahead to even sign some intergovernmental agreements, project development agreements, and other agreements that will promote the development of human capital and the development of the infrastructure. As a fallout to those agreements that we have signed, the project development agreements, the intergovernmental agreements that we have signed, almost about 3 of them, we have gone ahead in the implementation to say that we will have a joint coordination committee together with us. So we have formed a joint coordination committee between Nigeria and that vendor country. And in the joint coordination committee, we release in the field of the technology, the infrastructure, the human capital, and all other areas of decisions that we are taking together. In fact, we have even gone ahead, when we have reached our milestones too, we have gone ahead to say that why not we have joint working groups. Joint working groups are technical working groups who will identify the financing and contracting schemes, who will identify the design aspects of the reactor that will come on board, which type of reactor to come on board, who will identify the infrastructures that need to be in place for those reactors to come on board. So the same thing that applies to the power reactor is the same thing we are doing for the multipurpose research reactor. So they are going on concurrently. The multipurpose research reactor on one hand, the power reactor on the other hand. And all these things, the committees are working hard from Nigerian side and from the vendor side. In fact, recently the vendor has sent us some of their inputs on how they think those things can be. And our own technical team in Nigeria have also reviewed their own submission and looked at how Nigeria is going to handle those aspects. There are areas that we think differently from them, which we need to discuss. So the steering committee is working, bringing all these joint working technical groups together to synthesize their own inputs, and hopefully one of the vendor, we have meeting with them in January. Hopefully we are going to meet as a joint working committee to see how we are going to discuss all those areas, and if it is agreeable, then we move forward. But as I've said, whatever meetings, whatever decisions, whatever technical committee work has done, we are packaging it, we are taking it to the Federal Republic of Nigerian government, and so that the government can now say, this is what is applicable, this is not what is applicable, so that when you come to contracting scheme, you will know the funding mechanism, who will put what, how much is the cost, and what is the contribution of Nigeria. Is it going to be bill, operate, transfer? Is it going to be government to government? Is it going to be sovereign? Is it going? So those are the areas that we are finally identifying. And I want to confess to you that although there are significant statistics showing that who is who in the nuclear energy race in the African continent. In fact, your group has printed that Nigeria is third or fourth of that. Yes, because sometimes if there are no information available to you or to any other platform, then people will not understand exactly what the country is doing. Exactly. But I must confess to you that Nigeria, apart from South Africa, I think Nigeria and Egypt are the two leading people in the field of nuclear technology applications. And I think some of the milestones we have achieved, virtually we are about saying that we are almost signing contractual agreement, but we are soon going to open the bid and then invite the vendor countries. But I want us to know that we first want to make sure that IAEA has approved our milestones and say that yes, Nigeria is ready. Then once we are ready, then we can now say, okay, our partners come. We are ready. We have the infrastructure. We have the manpower. We have the money. So what do we do next? Thank you very much.
Exactly. And indeed, it's really important to showcase to the public where and communicate to the public where you are, because sometimes people doesn't have the full picture of where you are and the milestones, for example, that you achieved. And that would lead some people to think that, oh, Nigeria is behind other countries in Africa in the race, but they are in the front runners, between the front runners in the continent. It is important. And as you said in your answer right now, I understand that even SMRs is still an option for Nigeria, not just large reactors.
Yes.
Interesting. That's interesting. And also,
yes,
moving on from the energy to the research reactor, what is the state of, you mentioned it previously, but we would like to have more information on that. What is the state of Nigeria's gamma irradiation facility and the Nigeria Research Reactor-1?
Yes, thank you very much. Nigerian gamma irradiation facility is one of the biggest gamma irradiation facilities across even the world. This is a gamma irradiation facility that was constructed, built by the German Siemens company. Mm-hmm. And that facility was meant not only to serve for the agricultural community, but also to serve the medical community for the sterilization of medical instruments, also to serve as a technical and training hub for the people that wants to use gamma irradiation facility and all that. Then also we have auxiliary facilities around the gamma irradiation facility, like the microbiology lab, like the plastic lab, and which we are now trying to upgrade the plastic lab to key into the IAEA program of plastic remediation program. So you see that it's a gamma irradiation facility complex. And in that facility, one thing with the gamma irradiation facility we notice is that because of the source, which is cobalt-60, the half-life is only five years. So you need to be able to have a sustainable source supply for gamma irradiation facility. At this stage now, what we are having now, the major challenge is that the source of our gamma irradiation facility has gone more than 2 of its half-life. So we are thinking of replacing the source so that we can be able to quickly get, and we are talking to IAEA on the replacement of the source. And IAEA, through the discussion we had with them, we are considering to see which of the partners, international partners, will be able to supply us the source. And we are planning, even in the first quarter of next year, an expert will come from the IAEA to see what do we need to have the source. Recently, we have hosted IAEA experts also to look at the technical aspect of the machine to see if the gamma irradiation facility is auxiliary facilities are all working fine, like the control system, the ventilation system, the conveyor system, so that once those things are working fine, the only next thing you need to do is to get the source so that the machine will be up and doing. So our gamma irradiation facility in Nigeria is a German Siemens gamma irradiation facility, and is a big one. But in addition to that, also the capacity and the manpower we have trained over years on the gamma irradiation facility, we want to replicate it, because Nigeria is a very large country and it's an agrarian community, and it has a lot of agricultural zones. The federal government has diversified its economy, and now they have gone from oil into agriculture. So the expansion of the agriculture in Nigeria is so rapid and huge, to an extent that now we have started experiencing post-harvest losses. So, and the government is now challenging us, what can we do using our gamma irradiation facility to make sure that agricultural products are irradiated, not only for local consumption, but for also export, so that the shelf life can be increased. And that area, we are working hard. But we have seen that we are going to be overwhelmed by having this only one gamma irradiation facility. So we are considering having modular compact, like the SMR reactors, again, small modular gamma irradiation facilities that we can site in each of the geopolitical zones of the country, so that at least it will be close to the agrarian communities, so that at least those facilities can be useful in controlling agricultural harvest. And I think this is a mandate that the Commission is is taking it seriously in order to promote the economy of the country. Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed us to ensure that the diversification of the economy has been supported using our own commission, and in that area we are working hard to ensure that we support the federal government in the diversification of the economy. And I think the Nigerian Research Reactor-1, which is the pioneer research reactor in the country, located in our Center for Energy Research and Training in Zaria, is one of the reactors that has been helping in the field of what we call soil fertility mapping. Soil fertility mapping and geochemical mapping are the two key areas the reactor has been functioning to support. Also in the mining sector, the reactor has been supporting in identification of minerals and in identification of elements. I'm happy to inform you that the reactor in Zaria has been participating in IAEA inter-regional comparison, international interlaboratory comparison, and the laboratory in Zaria has been performing wonderfully well using the applications of nuclear activation analysis. Our techniques and application of nuclear activation analysis, the IAEA Department of Nuclear Applications knows very well. We have participated in so many of their intercomparison rounds, and we have submitted good results. And so our collaboration of facilities there in Zaria laboratory is fantastic. And so the reactor has had a lot of numerous applications. But on the development of human capital, that reactor was able to train a lot of Nigerians in the nuclear science and in the nuclear engineering and in neutronics and thermal hydraulics. So I want to inform you that the reactor initially was a reactor that uses high enriched uranium, almost 90.2% enrichment of uranium. And you know, the international community nowadays, there's an initiative to reduce enriched uranium in civilian applications. And Nigeria has keyed into that with the support of the American government and the US Department of Energy, together with their laboratories. We were able to begin a process of the conversion of the reactor in 2017, and we were able to finalize it by 2018, 2019. We were able to get the reactor converted from using highly enriched uranium to using a low enriched uranium. That again is an international project with different partners. The Russian Federation participated, the Chinese Federation has also participated, Czech Republic has participated, so many. Hungary, Netherlands particularly has given us some funding support, I must confess, in order to get this work done. So, but the US government has taken the lead, which the Argonne National Lab and Idaho National Laboratory has anchored it, and we were able to successfully convert the reactor. Apart from Ghana and China, we are the third that converted this kind of reactors. We still have this type of reactors across the world, as you know, in Syria, in Pakistan, in Iran. There are other, those reactors have not yet been converted, but now the expertise we have developed in Nigeria, we are talking with the US government and the other international partners that we are ready to deploy the expertise we have in Nigeria for the conversion of the miniature neutron source reactors to support other countries that are yet to convert, so that we can also help in our knowledge, in our expertise to convert those reactors. So our reactor in Zaria has helped in giving us the jump start for our nuclear energy program, and it has helped in giving us the initial team that have now become the fulcrum of the Nigerian nuclear energy program. Thank you.
It's fantastic to see that such nuclear applications are helping the country to move from petroleum to agriculture, and also to see how much cooperation is within, as you mentioned, within the nuclear field in Nigeria, and that's really good to have a lot of partners than just relying on one single partner.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, and as a transition question, is Nigeria a member of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization? And what is the country doing to ensure the entry into force of the treaty?
Yes, thank you very much. I think Nigeria is not only a member, but a pioneer member of the CTBTO. And we as a country feel that the ban in the test of nuclear materials across all geopolitical zones of the world is an important one to us. Nigeria has been member of CTB since 2000 when Nigeria signed the comprehensive treaty, and Nigeria has ratified it in 2001. And I think Nigeria is one of the countries across the world who are calling for member states to sign that to make the world a safer place. It is our understanding that if CTBT or as an organization was able to get the CTBT treaty into force, there are so many challenges that we have today in the world that could not have ordinarily be, particularly if we can encourage those that we call the 44 Annex 2 to come on board. Those ones, I think it will help us in ensuring that we are able to get these countries in Annex 2 to come on board so that the country can be peaceful. The NPT, as you are aware, is also one aspect that Nigeria has also become a member and has been promoting the NPT. In fact, Nigeria is going to participate in the NPT review conference that is coming up in US in January. We have already shown interest that once we are there, we will also start discussing with other member countries on how we can foster the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons in the whole of the world. You want to know that the determination and our commitment in converting our reactor is part of the fact that we want to show to the world that we are not interested in proliferating nuclear weapons, and our nuclear reactor, which was using a highly enriched uranium, which is a weapon grade material, we felt it should not be in a civilian community, so we decided to convert our reactor, and there are so many gains to that conversion. The reactor lifespan has been increased. The nuclear fuel can serve the way that the high enriched uranium fuel is serving, and in fact the applications become expanded. So we thought if you can still retain the structure of your reactor, still expand the lifespan of your reactor, and still do your applications without jeopardizing anything using a low enriched uranium, I think it is some of the preaching that we do to the member countries that have not yet signed these treaties, and we are thinking that this will help us. And the 10th anniversary of the NPT, I think is something that we can use the opportunity to convince some of our member countries to see to the fact that there is need for us to be members and to be partners. And you are aware that the three pillars of the NPT, the disarmament, the non-proliferation, and the peaceful uses, are all anchored together. Nigeria has made several calls to the NPT group to make sure that the peaceful uses will also be promoted, so that member states will not look at the disarmament as only the key intention of NPT. NPT, yes, there is disarmament, yes, there is non-proliferation, but also, yes, there is a pillar of NPT that talks about peaceful uses. So if we can promote that together so that people will become comfortable, because some member states are not comfortable because why this, why not this? So if we can promote the whole three pillars of the NPT, you'll find out that the questions that other members who have not joined yet are asking could be easily addressed. And I think this is one of the things that Nigeria would like to promote with the international partners. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Nigeria on that, and I applaud your efforts in helping the world to become a safer place. Moving on to a question you already mentioned, but just to re-emphasize on it because it's very important. You mentioned that the government is a strong supporter of the nuclear energy. Is it that the government is fully behind the nuclear energy program?
Yes, Nigerian government is fully behind the nuclear energy program. Several times you find out that there are many situations whereby the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has mentioned to the International Committee our commitment to peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology. And apart from that statements by our president in various fora, in fact, not only President Muhammadu Buhari, our previous presidents has also mentioned that. In the Nuclear Security Summit in US, President Goodluck Jonathan mentioned about our commitment to non-proliferation and our commitment to peaceful application. President Muhammadu Buhari has also mentioned that when he visited Russian Federation in part of their discussion with President Putin, he has mentioned that Nigeria needs continuous support of President Putin in ensuring ensuring that peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology in the country is followed to the latter. And when the president came, whatever request that the Nigeria Atomic Energy Commission has sent to Mr. President for him to support us in ensuring peaceful application of nuclear science and technology, Mr. President has always been graciously approving. I will want to mention one few example to the fact that we are so grateful to Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, when the areas of International Atomic Energy Agency has accumulated, payment of national obligation has accumulated, that of International Atomic Energy and that of the CTBTO, when it has accumulated to the tune of thousands of and millions of euros, we have approached Mr. President, informed him that Nigeria will lose its voting right if in the international community if we cannot be able to offset these liabilities. I'm happy to inform you that Mr. President directed the Federal Ministry of Finance to ensure quickly that all these liabilities have been offset, and Mr. President was able to follow it with the Federal Ministry of Finance, and they were able to pay all the liabilities of IAEA, and recently the liability of CTBTO has also been paid. So you see, that makes Nigeria to have a good footing in both CTBTO and also IAEA, and that also restored our membership of these communities and our membership of these institutions. In fact, our voting rights has also been restored. So that makes Nigeria a strong leader in those international community. And I think that support from the federal government is so much and so overwhelming that Nigeria Atomic Energy is working in conjunction with international partners because we have that. I want to also inform you that the Nuclear Security Initiative of the United States of America has also received the federal government support, because when the team from the US came, when we talked to the National Security Advisor and the Office of the National Security Advisor, they have supported us strongly to work with the US Department of Energy to ensure that at least all these our facilities that are across the country are well maintained, well safeguarded, and well protected. I think this one also is a support to tell international community that today, if we have a power reactor in Nigeria, or we have a multipurpose research reactor, or we have a small modular reactors, all these facilities will be guarded, will be protected, and international laws, international conventions will be respected. And I think that federal government support is very overwhelming, and it is one that is making us to even increase our activities in the area of nuclear power, in the area of multipurpose. Without that, I think we cannot go further. Thank you very much.
Yes, and it's great to hear that there is such support. And also President Buhari mentioned a few weeks ago at the COP26 the role of nuclear can play in combating climate change. So it's really great to hear that. One question would be about what are some of the areas of focus of NAEC for 2022? So talking about the future, or what's gonna be the areas of focus for next year?
Yeah. Yes, I think Ibrahim, the major thing that NAEC wants to do now is trying to see that Nigeria as a country have moved from milestone 2 to milestone 3. And we cannot move from milestone 2 to milestone 3 fully if we have not finished our feasibility studies. So we were trying to see that together with our international partners, we are going to conduct an internationally acceptable feasibility studies for nuclear power plants and the multipurpose research reactor. That feasibility studies is going to become like a business document that any vendor country will now use it in investing in Nigeria for either a small modular reactor or for a bigger power plant, or for either a multipurpose research reactor of any capacity and to be resided in any part of the country. Our thinking is that the investment that will come into this country can only come if we have a very good business plan. And in our year 2022, our hope is to make sure that that kind of business plan is articulated and is displayed to the international community for them to look at and see how they can key in to support Nigeria's nuclear energy program. Apart from the feasibility studies, we are also trying to see if we can be able to get the IAEA missions that are pending now. I have informed you about INIR Mission 2. I have informed you about safety and and security IAEA mission. I've informed you also about our discussion with vendors to see that if we can now start opening up the horizon so that at least tentatively we can now isolate and say that this is the technology we want in Nigeria and this is the technology we are going to pay for. That I think in 2022 we're going to do that. The third aspect we think it is going to be very important for us is that the regulatory aspect of our activities. We cannot be going as a promoter of nuclear science and technology without having our regulatory component catching up. So we want a situation whereby our vendors should start talking with our regulators so that also the regulatory requirement of the vendor and the regulatory requirement of Nigeria should be harmonized in such a way that they can understand that this is what the Nigerian regulation requires, and we can also understand that this is what the vendor regulation requires. So that when we want to build this infrastructure, when we want to build these facilities, when we want to import these nuclear materials, we know exactly what is required to be able to import these nuclear materials, this nuclear technology. We want to know what is required to construct, what is required to commission, what is required to decommission. So I think our regulatory authority in Nigeria is up and doing, but we want a situation whereby our vendor countries should start talking with our regulators also, so that the regulators of our vendor countries will be talking to our own regulator, whereas we are, as a vendor, as a promoter, we are also talking with the promoter of that country. That way we can have what I call a holistic nuclear energy program in the country.
I agree, totally agree with that. And before I let you go, what do you enjoy most about your role at NAEC?
Oh my God, I think I cannot say there's any enjoyment, but the happiness is that the international support we get in promoting peaceful application of nuclear science and technology is something that one can say he enjoys most. I don't envisage any country in this world can promote application of nuclear science and technology without international support, without international cooperation, without partnership. So I think building partnership with international community is one area that we work hard, and I will say that Nigeria enjoy most. We enjoy international support. We enjoy international partnership, particularly International Atomic Energy. We enjoy their own support in ensuring that our milestones are going on successfully. And I think if there's anything I will say as a person that either I enjoy or the Commission enjoy is the fact that our international community are working hand in hand with us, and our international partners are helping us in promoting peaceful application of nuclear science and technology. I think that one, I will urge all the international community to create that kind of synergy, working in partnership, working together, be open, be sincere, be truthful, and try to open your doors so that people can help you in promoting your activities. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you very much, Professor. We are delighted about the incredible efforts NAEC is undertaking to boost the Nigerian nuclear activities. And let me congratulate you once again on the amazing progress made by Nigeria toward introducing nuclear power to its energy mix.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having me on your platform. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. To all our viewers, feel free to leave your feedback and question in the comments box below. And do subscribe to our channel if you would like to gain more insights from global nuclear leaders. Till we meet again on the next edition of NBP Hotseat, take care, stay safe, and happy holidays.